So I've had a lot of people asking me over, I guess, the past forever, being like, what are your biggest regrets in, fashion, clothing, like this sort of world? Like, what do you regret the most? What do you regret getting the most? What do you, what eats at you every evening? And I have been thinking about this a lot. And it is ultimately not something that is one single thing or like physical piece. Like I have given it a lot of thought, and it's actually something a lot bigger than that. So let's talk about it. Long time no see, everyone. Hisashiburi, tanto tiempo sin verte. It's your old mate Cargon back at it again. And this time we're talking about my biggest fashion regrets. Regrets. I've had a few. But yeah, it's interesting having a big think about this and trying to go through, say, like the archive of my wardrobe that I have on the app where I track all my outfits and the clothes that I get and put in there. And funnily enough, it's really, really blatant in here what the regret is. So in here, I have basically everything that I wear, right? And my full wardrobe, the amount of things in here is about 105 pieces, give or take, say, like 5 more that I haven't put in because it's just like same shirt type deal. When I went to the archive section, my goodness, look at this. So these are all the pieces that I'm either actively getting rid of or have gotten rid of. Yep. And do you want to know how many things there are in there? 106. 106. There's more things in my archive of things that I've gotten rid of and a few things that I'm currently selling than I currently have in my wardrobe. And my journey into caring more about fashion started in late 2020. And I started using this app 2 years ago. So in those 2 years, I have gotten rid of about 106 things, which means I have bought more than that and put it into my wardrobe because some things are still remaining. And that is my biggest regret, significantly. Like overconsumption and the chase and, the journey, chasing the dragon for a good deal is truly like the worst thing for me to do with all of this. Like marketplace browsing is such a blessing and a curse, especially on the Japanese marketplaces where I literally spend a significant amount of my spare time in. And it does lead to this sort of thing because you are chasing deals. You are seeing things and being like, hey, that's only, $150, $200. I should just get it because that's not a lot of money. And so you end up with these hauls and deliveries of multiple things that you just got because they are of, a price that you were, tempted and tantalized by. And it's such a difficult thing because then you end up with so many things in your wardrobe that you just got because the price was low, not because you were particularly interested in them. And I draw this parallel to say what a lot of people do talk about in terms of overconsumption and say like fast fashion and people going in and buying lots of things. And although they might not be spending as much money, say you might spend $100 or $200 and get, I don't know, let's say like 10 to 15 items from a fast fashion place, doing a similar thing on the Japanese marketplaces, you are spending more money, but you're still just getting a lot of things and it's purely for the sake of a deal. And before I go any further, I do want to say that like, I don't want to tell you how to spend your money. The way you spend your money is, it's up to you. It's your money. You've made that money. You can do whatever you want with it. Like you could throw it away on like I literally throw it away, like put it in the bin if you wanted to. I don't care. That's your decision. I might be like, it's an odd thing to do, but it's your money. So I don't want to tell you or have you think that I'm like saying, you shouldn't be doing this. It's just things that I've realized upon reflection on the way that I have been spending my money and using my disposable income because, I don't have any dependents. I'm single. It's, I work full time. I do have the ability to purchase silly things like clothes that I don't need. So just be aware of that, all right? Just be aware of that. So with those numbers being so high and looking at just all of the things that have come and gone through my wardrobe, it does really like humble me in terms of like, wow, like, yeah, doing that no buy, even though you didn't make it through the entire year, like it definitely humbles you into realizing that you're just spending a lot and chasing those deals. And I do still find myself every day looking through the marketplace. I have my little saved searches. I look at things and think like, oh, that's a good deal. Like I still fall prey to that. There are a couple of things that I've bought recently that are very similar to that. But overall though, like I have been like tracking, the buying and everything. I am down year over year and I do want to keep lowering that. Like next year, plans for 2025, we'll do a video. Not going to do a no buy, but may attempt something like a low buy or at least set some specific things that I want, and just be like, if I find something that fits in this like, box, square up there, then, go for it. But not just like, I do really want to work on just buying things because it's like, wow, this pair of pants for $200, like this, they're like $2,000 new. Like I'm basically stealing from them, taking them at this price. Like I should just take them. And discussing with friends, a bit of advice that I got recently that really resonated was that the cost of something that you really want, that say, call it a grail, call it like your dream thing, a desire, shouldn't be an issue. And look, like I understand that in fashion, especially when you go into like higher fashion and things, prices can get out of control. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things out there that shouldn't be the prices that they are. It's just, you're paying for the prestige of the brand and the label and whatever. But we're talking about, say, like, on the secondhand market here, looking at things. And if you really want a thing that you've been thinking about, you've been going by it for so long, you can't get it out of your mind, why not spend that money on it? Like, for example, say that there is the most beautiful pair of shoes that you think about all the time, you found them and someone's selling them for about $1,000, right? $1,000. That's a lot of money. That is absurd. That's a silly amount of money, but that's the price that they cost, that somebody is selling them for. I'm not saying like at a shop. I'm just saying like somebody on a marketplace is selling them for that much. Relative to the cost of them new, it is still lower. It's not higher. So still technically saving some money there, but they're $1,000. A lot of the time for me, especially, I'll be like, that is too much money. I'm not going to spend that money. I would never spend that much money on something. But then say within a few months, I've acquired so many bits and bobs of things, of deals here, like, oh, $100 here, $200 there, maybe $300 there for something, because it was a great, great deal. And so quickly did I spend that money on things that I wasn't really jazzed about. It was more just like, you see it and it's like, wow, that's a good price. I'm just going to grab it. That kind of thing adds up so quickly. And you end up with, yeah, you got all these things and they're nice. You might wear them sometimes. You like to look at them, but you're still thinking about this other thing that you really, really want. And you should like maybe just spend the money on the thing that you really, really want, because that's going to give you so much more satisfaction. And also spending that kind of money on something, you're really going to want to make the most of it, because let's be honest, that's a lot of money these days. And money doesn't go very far at the moment. We're in a massive crisis. That's a lot of money. So you're really like taking a hit to get that thing. So you're more invested, and like, why not? Because you could have all these other things that, shirts, pants, like, and maybe some other shoes as well. But none of them are going to fill that spot. You're still always going to be thinking of that. And then say come the time where you do end up finding it for a little bit cheaper, you still have effectively already spent the money. So why not? And I think that's pretty good advice. Like, there's different ways to try and like do the mental gymnastics of convincing yourself that something is a good deal. But ultimately, like, we are so easily caught by deals and things. Say, like, recently, Dion Lee, unfortunately, has gone under here in Australia. And so they had been having a massive archive sale. And people I know that do not buy designer spent, you know, serious money on multiple things because they were a good deal. Because they were at, say, 70, 80% off what they originally were. And that's really interesting, right? Like, suddenly it's like, oh, I'm not just going to get one thing. I'm going to get multiple things because the prices are really good. But not being able to actually engage and interact with anything, you're really taking like a massive gamble. And in these sorts of sales, you can't return anything. It's a thing that, you know, I fall prey to all the time. And that's just online shopping. You're just buying things that you don't actually get to interact with or really like touch, feel, actually experience. You're just guessing most of the time. And that's tough, but it is, you know, part of the same thing. We're just so easily convinced that something is a good deal that we must do it. And again, I'm not like calling out my friends here that have done that. Like, I would have done the same thing had it been, you know, a label that I was interested in. It's just interesting behavior to observe. And like, I've already done that multiple times. Like, yeah, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm stupid. You know, I spend silly money on things that I don't need. It's just, I have to work harder at like not doing that because it's not good. I don't feel good doing it. A good tip that my friend Nick actually gave in terms of like trying to convince yourself whether something is something that you truly want was that he said that, say, if you see something you want online at whatever price, think about it. And each day that you think about it, take $50 off how much the price costs. And once you get to zero and you're still like there thinking about the thing and really, really jazzed about it, then hey, like you're probably all in on it. So why not pick it up? And understandably, this makes a lot more sense for things that are, you know, priced quite high. Because if it's something that's like $100 in like 2 days, like still want it, let's go. But it's really up to you. Like there's ways that you can try and like figure it out. But effectively, like trying to curb impulse buying is a pretty big thing that I want to do. And I have done a lot better. I'll be honest. There is progress. We're making progress here. So high fives on that there for sure. So in terms of like the biggest regret that I have, it would be overconsumption. And it is a trap. We see it in social media. We see it on, YouTube, TikTok, with our friends, seeing that people pick up multiple things. Oh, I just got back from blah, blah, blah. Look at all the stuff that I got. And that's so exciting, right? Like seeing people show you the stuff that they've picked up, like it's so, I don't know, tickles your brain. It's like, this is fun. And yet you find yourself like being like, here's my haul of things that I've got. And like you literally open them, you might try them on. And then, you know, mere hours later, you are back scrolling. What's next? And that sucks. Like it really sucks that that's how like things are for a lot of us. So hopefully we can get, you know, hopefully I can get out of that, and I am doing better. And as a result of the overconsumption as well, I would suppose that the other main regret that I have with all of this is that through the overconsumption, I feel like I've moved very, very quickly through things that I'm interested in and styles and like pieces as well, because you are always looking for the next thing that you never truly get to appreciate and enjoy what you already have. And then it just leads, they both feed into each other. You're always like, what's next? Let's buy more clothes. What am I going to do with all these other things? I suppose I might sell them because I didn't really wear them. It's like, okay, cool. Got these. What's next? More clothes. Oh, what am I going to do with these things? Oh, I don't really know. Haven't really been wearing them, so I'm going to sell them. Oh, what's the... It just keeps going. And so overconsumption and moving too quickly through your journeys, that's my regret. Because I feel like there's points where I really, really should have calmed my farm and just worn the things that I had a lot more to sort of see where I was going. But in the excitement, and also like, I guess it's also part of like, you know, making friends and sharing things, you like seeing things, and it's like, oh, I really like how this person does this or this person does this. And so you work really quickly on trying to emulate things and you just never truly get there. And you also lose the individuality and the journey and the process of finding what you are and like who you are and how this all reflects you. So it's tough. Like, it's tough and it's good to reflect on. I mean, I highly encourage it in all aspects of life, like reflecting on like your behaviors and what you do and how you can improve them. But yeah, they are my biggest fashion regrets. Perhaps not the video that a lot of people were anticipating, but that's where I came to in terms of this, because it is truly like the habits that I've built and the all-encompassing overconsumption that I keep facing and battling with day by day. That's truly my regret. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video and hope you're all taking care of yourselves out there wherever you may be and staying safe. Have fun. And as always, don't do anything I'd do, except, yeah, maybe do an audit. Audit yourself. See how much check how much you've actually spent on things this year. And then compare that to how much you've actually been wearing those things that you got this year and see whether you're okay with that. And if you are, cool. Power to you. I wish I was like that. And if you're not, don't stress. Like, you can take steps to change your habits and, perhaps in the next year, it's baby steps. Like, you just gotta do your best to break those habits and free yourself from the overconsumption overlords that we deal with around us. All right, you'll take care, be safe, and see you next time. Bye-bye.